Chancellery building. Okay, it has UMT over here. So if we look from the top angle, so this is the top angle of University Malaysia Terengganu. This is the building, the Chancellery building. Okay, and if you can see, the university is actually by the beach. Okay, it's next to the beach. It's very beautiful, and UMT is long. It's from here, and it's longer. It's all by the beach. Okay, and our niche, tourism, and many ocean-related studies are our niche. Is the university niche areas. So at university, I do hold several other roles other than a senior lecturer. Most of the roles I hold normally IT related. Okay, for example, these are among the few. Coordinator for online MBA program. I'm also the ICT committee for one of the conferences that we just held recently, Global Tourism Conference. I'm also the IT committee for postgraduate seminar of accounting, business and finance. Also the IT committee for the MBA colloquium. I'm the social media coordinator for one of the research unit, the Turtles Research Unit. And I'm also the coordinator for the marketing club. I'm currently under program marketing management program, and we have close to 500 students, year 1, 2, and 3. So I'm the coordinator for the marketing club. The marketing club consists about 30 students. And the short form for that is Marcy. So with me today, I do have some of the top committee of Marcy. I think there are about 7 who actually joined us today. Second half of the lecture, I will share more about Marcy activities, and I'll give more examples of how Marcy organized event and how Marcy how that relates to HR of event. Okay, so the agenda for today, okay, this is for the first half of the lecture. Yeah, we'll talk about the MICE and event industry, and then I'll talk about the development of the web and technology adoption. Okay, and then after that, we talk about the HR for MICE. Okay, and then we will end we end with Q&A session. Okay, so MICE. Okay, I believe. Okay, I know that the students in Indonesia are students from the communication background, and I know that this lecture is for event management course. I believe that the students will probably know so much about MICE industry, but I do would like to do a little bit of introduction about MICE. Yeah, probably some of my students don't know what MICE is. Okay, recently I had a talk. I gave a talk about MICE, and I told some of people in Malaysia that I'll be giving a talk about MICE, and I was surprised to actually know some of them do not know what MICE is. Some of them thought that, oh, maybe, you know, the animal, the mice, yeah? That animal, tikus, right? In English, we call that tikus, okay? And they thought that, why would you give a talk about that industry, you know, tikus? And I said, no, this is, I'm not talking about mice. Or they said, oh, maybe that's a typo. And they thought, oh, maybe it's nice industry, not mice. I said, oh, then only I realized that actually not many know what MICE is. So I would like to probably give a bit introduction about MICE. Yeah, so MICE is an acronym of meeting, incentive, convention, and exhibition. So this is the industry that mostly cooperate between tourism and business. So business-related event, which consists, it can be a meeting, smaller scale, anything that have incentive to it. It can be bigger scale, convention, conferences, or it can also be exhibition. So this is MICE. Okay? It can be divided to two, involved with hospitality service, or it can also involve with business tourism. Okay, so MICE consists of meetings. It can be a small conference, a smaller scale conference. It's also involved incentive, convention or bigger scale conference, and exhibition. So examples of meetings include like AGM or annual brand meetings, or it can possibly be like launching a product, or when the salespeople meeting each other. It can be technology conference, workshop trainings, or when the business partners meeting, or it can be also for planning a project. Okay, incentive. Okay, incentive can be versions of incentive. Okay, it can be incentive by the host. Okay, like for example, like the hotel or the event organizer, or the tourism operator. It can be incentive by the employer to the employee. Okay, so maybe my company want to give incentive to the employee, and they probably organize an event at a hotel. So that can be an example of incentive. It can also be incentive from a company to its customer. Okay, maybe this is a loyal customer, and they want to appreciate the loyal customer, and then the company create an event to acknowledge or appreciate the loyal customers. So it can be three versions of incentives. Okay. And then there are also conventions and conferences. So this one normally a bigger scale conventions and conferences. It can be associations like medical association, the annual meeting, or the regular meetings of medical association, convention like gaming convention. It can be academic conferences, business conferences, and all. So normally convention is bigger scale than the meetings. And then there is also exhibitions. Okay, so exhibitions, it can be commercial exhibition, okay, where we invite many companies. Maybe we want to invite all the tourism operators to have a tourism exhibitions at this hotel example. It can be a private exhibition, okay, or maybe it's just we do not open this to public, but we just do a private exhibition among our partners. Okay, to probably or it can be like a show treats and many more. Okay, so this is what MICE is. Okay, but for events, okay, MICE is not the MICE is a part of event. Okay, so over here, if you see, okay, MICE mostly belongs to this category: business, conventions, okay, exhibitions, hotels, resort venues, marketplaces. Mostly belongs to this category. So events can be also for entertainment, like concerts, okay, theaters, parks, streets, entertainment, okay. Events can also be festival events, cultural events. It can also be sports related events. Okay, so these are the types of events. With this lecture, I will not talk so much about events. I'll talk more about the technology and relate the technology with the event management. Here, I'll show some of the examples of the event I attended. Okay, this was when I completed my PhD, but I haven't officially graduated. I was still waiting for the comments from my examiner. I was doing my corrections, and this was all before my graduation. So I attended to this one conference. Okay, this was not virtually. This was face to face. I attended, this was in 2016. So if you see in this picture, some of the picture, this one, I just got married. I was pregnant. I was heavily pregnant, just waiting for my time for the delivery of my first baby. I was pregnant, but this one I was still single. Okay, this one I was still single. I was engaged, but haven't got married. I was lucky that my fiance, my family, actually encouraged me to attend this. I was honestly was not uh, too motivated to attend because I was too tired with my PhD, and I thought to have to give myself a break. But when my mom actually encouraged me so much to attend, so I decided, okay, I'll please her. I will attend. So this was in Thailand. It was in Bangkok, Thailand. So this was the grand dinner at a hotel in Thailand, in Novotel. Novotel Hotel in Bangkok, Thailand. So it was attended by more than 200 participants. The name of this conference is ASEAN Colloquium. Many of the ASEAN members attended from Indonesia. I remember I met so many Indonesians during this time, maybe because we are serumpun. So when we see each other, we just click and we just talk about anything. We just click, you know. And there's so many Philippines, Thai. There are also actually those from other continents, from Nigeria, from Maldivians, from Middle East. There are also people from other than ASEAN countries who attended. So at this conference, okay, this was at the United Nations in Bangkok. Okay, so in Thailand, there's a United Nations center, and these are all the Malaysian delegates. But these are all the delegates from everywhere, from all the countries there. So during this colloquium, there were several competitions. So I participated to one of the competition. This is actually my brother, my own brother over here. So we team up, participate to one of the competition. We won a gold medal, and this is just a newspaper article of us. This because we get into the Malaysian Book of Record, because our team won several gold medals. So that's the reason why we end up into the newspaper article, which is the year after, and at the time I was already pregnant. But when I attended the conference, that was me. I was still single. This is me during the night of the event when we got we won. Okay. The reason I'm showing this to show that this is the event that was held prior to the pandemic. So to attend to the conference, okay, I need at least 5 days. Okay. For the flight from Malaysia, I was lucky because there was a direct flight. There are other participants around the world who have to take several flights to actually attend to the conference. From Malaysia, it took me just slightly more than 1 hour to arrive Bangkok by airline. Attended there, stayed there for several days. There were so many events going on for several days, and then one more day to return back to my country. Okay, this was the event that we actually organized recently at University Malaysia Terengganu. Okay, but it was in different version. This was during pandemic, so it's virtual. Okay, initially our plan. Okay, we planned about this event from last year, end of last year. So the plan, the initial plan was to actually organize the event at the hotel. Okay, at one of the hotel in at one of the island in Terengganu, at the Duyung Island. the hotel is Marina Duyong. So from the island, our plan was to actually have a grand dinner from the island. We can overlooking the bridge of Terengganu, the iconic of Terengganu, and overlooking the city of Terengganu. So at night there will be colorful lights, and we are on the island by the by the river or the oceans. So if we the atmosphere will be very very nice. Okay, that was the plan. But then because of the pandemic, and it get worsen and worsen in the middle of the year this year, May and June we're still waiting. We just pause and waiting for analyzing the situation, whether we would be able to do it on site, or it has to be online. So the initial plan was actually to have both, to do hybrid. Several days on site. There are some who would not be able to fly to Malaysia. They will attend the online. Okay, and then we will have a visit to one of the tasik, okay, or the lake in Terengganu, the biggest man-made lake in Malaysia. Is called Tasik Kenyir. So, but everything didn't happen. Okay, what happened was several days of online conferences. Okay, so this picture is just a snapshot of the event. It was held for 3 days, 7 to 9 September. That was just recently, about 3 weeks ago. This is the Chief Minister of Terengganu. So this was during the closing ceremony. It was attended by Chief Minister, by our Vice Chancellor of the university, and these are all the participants. This is one of the keynote speaker. We do have 3 keynote speaker, 1 industry speaker, another 1 invited speaker. The 3 keynote speakers were from 3 different continents. And then we have invited speaker from Malaysia, and another industry speaker from one of the island in Terengganu. So that was just me. I was just probably the mediator between the university from Malaysia to the international host. Yeah, this event was actually co-host between UMT and Victoria University from Melbourne, Australia. So this was just us at the studio at UMT, us behind the screen. So the reason I show this to show that, okay, back then, okay, the event prior to the pandemic, the event was face-to-face, was held face-to-face. Okay, so the settings and the preparations are different. We need to prepare the logistics and many more. But with virtual event, the settings is different. Although we probably do not have to pay so much attention to the logistics, okay, because people will only see this part of me, just this part of me. We do not have to pay so much attention on the other part. But for virtual, there are so many preparations that we need to do. We need to prepare. Okay, posters. This is an example of the poster, the general poster of the event with QR code, and this is the link to get into the event. Okay, if you can see over here, let's see if I could zoom. Okay. Okay, so if you see over here, it was organized by University Malaysia Terengganu. It was co-hosted. We co-host together with Victoria University from Melbourne, Australia, and it was also co-hosted by the Terengganu State, government. Okay, and here are all our partners. Okay, there are about 15 partners from all the tourism operators in Terengganu. So there are resorts, restaurants, spa, and merchandise stores, and many more who are willing to be one of the partners and for our event. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so this is the on the right side over here, on the top right side, is the our virtual background that we use. So we have to prepare this ahead of time, and of course we have to put the organizers and the sponsors or the partners, yes, because of course they become our partners. They want to be acknowledged and appreciated, and we have to distribute this prior to the event. This is just one of the posters. We have many posters for each of the event. We have its own poster. This is the general poster, and this is the poster for the special event. So this is the closing ceremony event, which was attended by the Chief Minister of Terengganu State and the Vice Chancellor of University Malaysia, Terengganu. We do have posters for the opening. We have posters for each of the keynote speakers, the industry speakers, the invited speakers, and many more. Okay, for this poster, okay, we use this to distribute. Over here, we use so much WhatsApp application, and I believe in Indonesia, people use WhatsApp also, right? In Thailand, I know people don't use WhatsApp as much. The Thais use Line application. So this poster we do this distribute or disseminate through WhatsApp application. We also created the same design but with different size or different pixelation for the billboard. Okay, at the university we do have electronic billboard by the road. So we use the same design, but we have to custom the size so that it fits the electronic billboard nicely. And same thing with the posters. Okay, so we have the same design for different different purpose for WhatsApp distribution, for electronic billboard distribution, as well as for flyers. So different sizes, same design, different sizes, different pixelation, and for different purposes. And then we also have, this is the website. Let me see if I could probably briefly show the website. Okay. Okay, so this is the website that we created for the event. We just use, for this website, it's just a free website. We use wix.com. It's the free website builder site. Okay, but we just need to put some effort in designing or in putting all the information on the website. We use this, and we also use another platform, which is Conference Bay. Conference Bay is more like a management site that manage all the conferences or manage all the informations of the participants. This site is more on sharing information for the participants. So this is the website. Okay, this is the bridge, the iconic of Terengganu. This is the bridge. Okay, our plan was actually to have the conference somewhere from here, overlooking the bridge, and on this side is the city of Terengganu. So there will be at night there will be lights of the bridge, and we can see lights from the bridge, lights from the city of Terengganu. So this bridge over here was just created recently. I think maybe it was completed in 2019. I believe it was just completed. Okay, so this it was inspired by the London Bridge. So this bridge over here, it allows for the boat to actually pass through the bridge. This bridge can this one over here can be open and allow the bridge to actually pass through the bridge. And we have all the details of the conferences on the site. Okay. Although we change it frequently, initially we put so much of the tourist attractions of Terengganu, and our plans to actually bring the participants around the world to visit places in Terengganu, the lake and all. But halfway through our plan, due to pandemic, we did not execute whatever we planned. So we changed the picture and change all the informations into everything into virtual. So this is our tentative, our conference tentative. It was held for several days. Okay, and we also have the information or the pictures of our previous conference, which was held 2 years prior. It was held on the 2017, and we also have all the pictures of the prior conference. Okay, we go back to my slide. Okay. Okay, so that was just a little bit about to give some general idea about the MICE and about event. Now I'll talk more about the technology, and I was first start with the history of the web, and then I will slowly talk about the technology adoptions and relate that to the event management. Okay, so this is the history of the web. Okay, currently we use so much of the Web 2.0 technology. Okay, I was born in this era, in the PC era. I was born in 1980s. Okay, so it is the PC era. So what is PC era? PC is an acronym for personal computer. So what does that mean? Okay. The PC era, okay, prior to the PC era, do we have machines? Do we have computers? Yes, we do. But the computer or the machines at that time was very huge. It was big. Okay, it was as big. It could be as big as a room. It can be bigger than that. Okay, But in 1980s, when the machines or the computer getting smaller, and it can be suitable to be used by individual. So that's why they call it PC era. It's a personal computer. Okay, but still the computer at that time was still huge. It's nothing like our smart devices now. It's nothing like our laptop, or it's nothing like our desktop now. It's still huge. Okay, but it can be used for personal use. Before that, the computer or the machine is as big as a room. Definitely is not being used by an individual. It's actually being used by a company, a group, a department, or a group of people. Okay, but at that time during PC era, 1980s, 1990s, okay, there was no internet. So there was no internet at this time. Okay, can you imagine using a computer? But there was no internet. So what do they use for? They use it for typing. They use all the Excels, okay, and all. But there was no internet. Okay, so the internet started at the late of 1990s to 2000s. Okay, that was when the first internet was launched and was used by everyone. Okay, the issue was that the internet at that time was very expensive. Okay, was expensive, was not user friendly, was difficult to be used. Okay? So normally, companies they need to invest if they want to have its own corporate website. They have to invest. They have to spend a big sum of money to actually develop a corporate website. Okay, why? Because it's expensive. They have to spend on the its employee to study C++ or programming, or probably hire IT specialists to develop a website for the company. So it was a bit difficult. Not many companies actually started using it, started have its own IT presence. Normally, big companies would want to spend on the employees and on the corporate website, but small companies, they probably do not have the allocations for that. Okay, and then on the new developments of the Web 2.0, okay, from 2000 to 2010, okay, is the newer developments of the internet. Okay, so during this time, the internet has become more user-friendly. Okay, and this is where all the technologies like sharing, like, and forwarding, okay, and all of that technology started evolve in Web 2.0. Okay, and there are new more development which we do not use as much now. Web 3.0, Web 0.40, Web 3.0 mostly on AI, artificial intelligence, and Web 4.0 mostly on augmented reality, AR. Okay, but the technologies, although some are using it, but not using it as much. Most of the technologies that we are using now are derived from the technology of 2.0. Okay, so during this time, what 2.0, that's when the social media started. Okay, first Facebook started, Facebook was first launched, and all, and YouTube and all. Okay, so this is Google. Okay, how Google started. So you see on this, in this picture over here. Okay, you can see this is a PC. So this is the personal computer. You can see the PC. So you see the monitor, like the thickness of the monitor is very thick. It's very thick and very thick. So this is what they call PC in 1980s, 1990s era, a personal computer. That was a new development of the computer, new developments of the machine. So how Google started? Okay, this is Google. Google was first started. Again, was actually they discussed in 1995, but was first launched as a company in 1998. So Google started in a garage. So this is a picture of a garage. Okay, and in 1998 there was only one employee. Okay, one employee. So this is the picture of the inside of the garage. There's a PC over there, and there's a one employee. Okay, but now, okay, now Google is known. Everyone knows what Google is. Google is still relevant until now. There's so much development about Google. So let's see the history of other companies. Okay. In 1994, that was when Amazon started. And I'm not really sure whether Amazon is famous in Indonesia. In Malaysia, not as famous. It is very famous in US. Okay, Amazon. And Amazon is just an e-commerce. It's a retailer platform. Retailer or e-commerce platform. So it was first started in 1994. Now we have so many e-commerce platforms. We have in Malaysia, we have Shopee, we have Lazada. I believe in Indonesia, there are Lazada and Shopee too. Okay, in 1995, Yahoo started. Okay, this is Yahoo. Okay, so Yahoo, maybe some of you know what Yahoo is. Okay, now Yahoo is similar to Google. It was first started as a directory portal. Okay, so my generations, we know that we know what Yellow Pages is. For the students' generation, you probably do not know what Yellow Pages is. Okay? Back then, we do have a book consists of yellow pages, consists of papers in yellow in color. So what is that book for? It's a directory book. Consists of all the companies that register with Yellow Pages. There are informations about the company, example, like the name of the company, the address of the company, the phone number of the company. Okay, Yellow Pages. So Yahoo started the online versions of the Yellow Pages in 1995. Okay, now if you want to know any information about a company, what we do? We normally just Google it, right? There are phone numbers, we know the operating hours, we know the websites of the company, we can know the social media of the company, we can even receive or read all the comments by other customers about the company. Everything you can have it by Googling it. Okay, but back then there is no such thing. And Yahoo started the directory of companies. Okay, and 1995, the same year, was the eBay first launched. It was eBay is an online auction. It's something like e-commerce, but instead of a fixed price, okay, it's a bidding price. For example, the price is not fixed. Okay, I want to buy a book. Okay, in Amazon, the price is fixed. It's ringgit or rupiah or $5. Okay, and another customer who wants, it's okay, this is the price, I want it, I buy it on Amazon. But on eBay, it's different. Okay, on eBay, the price, maybe the seller probably sell for one ringgit, and then another seller bid for 2 ringgit, another seller bid for 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, and then in 1995, Alta Vista start. What is Alta Vista? Alta Vista is like Google. Okay, is this the search engine where people can search? Okay. So if you realize, Alta Vista started in 1995. The company was registered in 1995. Google was actually registered 3 years after, 1998. But we do not know so much about Alta Vista. Alta Vista is not relevant now. Google is still relevant until now. See how technology, how developments of technology, things can change quickly. Companies can be obsolete, the technology can be obsolete. We have to be always relevant. And 1996 is Hotmail. Okay, Hotmail is just a type of email account. Now there are so many email account. I do have Hotmail account. I still use Hotmail. It's still relevant until now, although it's probably not one of the famous email. But I still use it, and it's still relevant until now. Now there are so many more. And then 1998 is the Go.com or Overture. Okay, this is a type of pay-per-click technology. So what is pay-per-click marketing or pay-per-click technology? Okay, so if now there are so many advertisements that utilize the pay-per-click search. So example, okay, sometimes when we Google, we saw the banner, okay, the advertisement on the right side, on the left side, or maybe on Facebook, we saw advertisement. When we click on that, okay, when we click on that, the customer click on that, and then the company who advertised the advertisement will need to pay to the host. Maybe pay to the Facebook or maybe pay to Google. So that's what it meant by pay-per-click. The customers do not have to pay, but whoever who advertise, when the customer click, then the company who advertised will need to pay. Okay. And then Google started 1998. Google is a search engine, and then 1999 is the site, we call it Blogger. Okay, so remember the previous site I mentioned about the history of the web. Web 2.0 started in 2000 or in the late of 1990s. So Blogger started in 1999. Okay, so this site allows for individuals to actually write anything about themselves, and we call it Blogger. So you have your own blog. You are a blogger, you write on your blog or on your page. So this is a new technology. Before that, it's not user-friendly. No one can actually have his own page. Normally, those who have knowledge in IT, this like programming or C++, only able to develop and to have its own page or to develop a website. In 1998, the newer technology evolved. Okay, so blogger is something like just a diary which anyone can write about anything, okay, on its own page. And then newer development, 1998, Alibaba. So Alibaba is something similar to e-commerce. Is to Amazon retailer, but instead of B2C, it's actually B2B, meaning that from one company sells to another company. So instead of Amazon, the company can sell to individual. Any individual can buy it. But for Alibaba, it is designed for one business to sell to another business. So normally the items that are listed on Alibaba, they are sold in bulk, in bigger quantity, and there's normally minimum orders that the customer need to fulfill or to follow. And then 1999 is the social networking site called MySpace. So MySpace was launched way before Facebook. Once upon a time was quite famous. Now I don't think people still use MySpace anymore. 2001 is the Wikipedia. It's still relevant now. I'm sure many students know what Wikipedia is. It's an encyclopedia. It's an open book encyclopedia. It's a site, a website that allows anyone to actually write on the page, okay, about something. Okay, and next is the Last FM. They said Last FM in 2002. This is the website radio. So radio on using the internet. Okay, before that there was radio, okay, but we do not use the internet line. Okay, so the 2002 was the first the first radio that was launched on the internet. And 2003 is Skype. Again, this one over here, Skype. Okay, what is Skype is? Okay, I think some are still using Skype now. Skype is something like a video call, a voice call, similar to what we are using in WhatsApp. Okay, but back then there was no smartphone yet, so people normally use computer to do video call or voice call. So Skype utilized the internet, whereas normally the previous technology, we use the landline. So we have, and it's very expensive to use the landline. You have to pay according to minutes and according to distance. If you make international call, it's very, very expensive. And the longer you talk, the longer you have to pay. But with Skype is just like our current technology, like Zoom, we do not have to pay. We can talk longer and we can interact with many more people. Okay, and next is the Second Life. This is just a virtual game. Okay. Okay, so next, in 2004, okay, this is when Facebook started. So I'm sure this technology, this development over here, most of the students are aware of. They know about the existence of Facebook, Facebook and YouTube. So what's the difference? Both Facebook and YouTube, these both, Facebook and YouTube, these both are a type of social media, but Facebook for social networking is a platform that allow people to actually network. YouTube is sharing a video sharing platform. Okay, so it's both are social media. Is a media that allow people to actually social, but different category, social networking, and this is video sharing. And then PayPal started. We don't use PayPal as much now. PayPal is just like internet banking, utilize internet banking technologies. It's not a bank, it's just an internet banking technologies. Now more people use e-wallet. Okay. Groupon. Okay, so this one is very more relevant to event. Okay, Groupon and Foursquare. Okay, so what Groupon is? Groupon is that the name actually derived from two combinations of two words. Okay, group and coupon. So we call this Groupon. Okay, so how does it work? Okay, not sure whether the students have used it or not. I've used it before this. Okay, Groupon. Um, it allows the company to actually give coupon or vouchers to the customers. But instead of giving it to individual customers, the company actually give it to a group of people. For example, maybe the hotel, okay, normally the price of a dinner at a hotel is probably 100 ringgit. Okay, so maybe the company, the hotel wants to give 25% discount. So 25% discount meaning that the price will reduce to 75 ringgit. Okay, but the hotel says that okay, I will only give reduce the price to 75 ringgit if I get at minimum 50 customer. If I don't get minimum 50 customer, it will be too costly for me and it's not economical for me to give vouchers. Okay, so the hotel advertise on Groupon. Okay, 75 ringgit to have dinner at this hotel by the beach and all with seafood buffet and steamboat or whatever. Okay, so advertise that, and then whoever customers who want, okay, but the minimum number, the hotel advertised 50. Okay, so and I saw the advertisement. So I saw the advertisement. I thought, I like it. This is near my place. I would love to bring my kids and my husband along. So yes, I would want this. Okay, so I booked 2 adults and 2 kids. Okay, and then and I saw okay, there are a few more people interested. But no, there's only about 15 people. Okay, it has to be 50. Okay, 50 before I get the voucher. Okay, so I promote that. I promote that to my family, to my friends, to my relatives, to my other family members, and all. Okay, and then they promote to even more of their friends. I promote to my students, and my students promote to their families and all. And then we get into 50. We get to 50 people who are interested. Okay, and make payment. So when the number reaches 50, okay, then the company hotel will give the 75 ringgit vouchers to the customer. So maybe I have to pay 1 ringgit or 2 ringgit. Maybe I have to pay minimum amount to Groupon, okay, to get the voucher, but it's still worth it because I get to save 25 ringgit for one person, and if it's 4, then I get to save more. Yeah, okay. So this is how this is very relevant for organizers, for organizers like hotel or the event organizers. Yeah, if they want to promote the event or the location, they want to get quantity they want to get volume for the event. The Groupon is very relevant. The Groupon is still available now, but not many actually make use of the Groupon. And then there is also Foursquare and Kickstarter. Okay, not sure whether people know about this. Okay, what is this? Foursquare is a location-based social media. So, for example, I want to go to have maybe I want to stay at this hotel. Okay, so I can just Google. I can type the name of the hotel at Foursquare or the name of the restaurant that I wanted to go at Foursquare, and I can see there's so many people actually write reviews about the location, about the place. People talk about all the food that they ordered, how many stars they gave, maybe whether it's kids friendly or not. People comments about the parking space and all. So it is very good, okay, for organizers that have good service, okay, they should use Foursquare so that they get so many good reviews, good ratings, and people, because it's social media, people will share that with their friends, and that could actually promote the location or the service of the organizer. Okay. And then there was also Snapchat. What is this? Yes, Snapchat is something like WhatsApp, but the picture, if we send picture, the picture will not stays on the customer's phone for some time. Okay, Snapchat, okay, is also good for organizers, for even operators. Okay, if they want to maybe spam pictures of the locations, they can just share, and when the customers look at it, and the pictures will be gone after the customers see them. So it will not take so much of the space of the customers. Okay? So organizers can actually use Snapchat as well. And there are many more technology, including smart things like smart television, smart TV, right? And smartwatch, and there are actually many more smart, even washing machine. As so many things that are smart now. Even our lights can be smart, our aircon can be smart. We can actually link our aircon with the internet, or our CCTV with the internet. We can view the CCTV from wherever we are. There's so many things that become smart now. So smart things is actually anything that actually linked to the internet. And there are many more developments of the web. Okay. 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 Let me go. I actually plan to finish this around 10. I will try to do it quite quickly, and then we'll have a 5 to 10 minutes break, and then we'll do a second half, which is the HR section. Okay. We'll try to do it a bit quick. Okay. Okay. So media. Okay. For event, yes, we can use media. There are many types of media that we can use. Okay. It can be the companies or the organizer own media. For example, maybe the hotel has a website, its own corporate website. Maybe it has blogs, or it has mobile apps, or any social presence like Facebook, YouTube. Maybe have Instagram or Twitter. Okay, so it can be the companies own it, or the company or the organizer, if you have extra money, can also pay for the media. It can be any types of advertisement. It can be digital billboard. You can affiliate with another company, travel agency, a third party. Okay, you can have display ads, advertisement online, banner online banner. On websites, on Google, on Facebook, or anything, or it can be advertised as paid search. When you advertise it on Google, when people search, your companies, organizer, hotels, your event, whatever, will be listed on the front page of Google. So people will probably click on that and get to know more about your company or organizer. But okay, one thing that we can make use is the earned media. So the media that we do not have to pay. Okay? We do not have to pay, but we get the attention, we get the publicity, we get the media. How? Okay, it can be written in a magazine, it can be written in a newspaper, okay? It can be from word of mouth. We do something viral marketing. We can do something viral, we could talk about it, and we get the fame, the publicity. We can use social networking sites that is free, not the business website that we probably have to pay. But this is the free one. Okay, social network site, people could possibly write about our company without we have to pay, without we have to actually request them. So we can make use of the free media as well. Okay, So what's the difference between traditional and the new media? Well, now in the new era, especially during the pandemic, okay, which forces the company or the organizer or the companies to actually started using the new media. What's the difference? Okay, back then, okay, we use TV, radio, media, we use direct mail and all. Okay, company will normally have to do advertisement. Okay, but there's probably not so much response back from the customer. Why? Because how do customer respond on a television ads? Maybe not many, maybe there is one or two that actually write a letter, write an email to the company. Oh, we like this one. Oh, we don't like this. Oh, you should change this. Okay, maybe not many actually respond. But the new media, like social media, blogs and all, or the e-commerce sites and all, it allows for the company to actually advertise, and the customer can actually respond back. So it allows for two-way communication. Customer can ask, oh, where is this location at? How much is the price? Can you tell me more about the detail and all? So it allows for interaction between customers and the company. And then another difference between the traditional and new media is that traditionally, the company will probably have one message for all type of the customers. But now, with the newer technology, the message would be different. Okay, for example, okay, back then when the company have TV advertisement, whether it's for the generations, the younger generations, or the kids, they probably watch the same advertisement. But now, okay, if the company wants to target those who are in the 40s, okay, 40s will probably prefer websites. Then company can advertise on a website, and of course the information will be a formal information. Okay, and then if the company wants to probably target the 30s, okay, 30s will probably use late 30s will probably use Facebook, early 30s will probably use Twitter. Okay, that's how they target. And then the 20s, okay, the late 20s will probably use Instagram, the early 20s will probably use TikTok. Okay, so with different media, different target of potential viewers or potential customers, the method is different. For TikTok, of course, it has to be fun for younger generations, to attract younger generations. But for the older generations, they probably prefer something formal, like a corporate website. So it allows for different messages for specific group of viewers. Okay, and then there are differences between offline and online. Okay, so traditionally it was mostly brick and mortar, the store or on site at the location. Okay, like the one that I showed just now, my conference was in 2016 at the location. Now, during pandemic, it's majority clicks, but it's important for us to understand where is the company at, and where is the company heading to? Is the company currently in between bricks and clicks? Means if some of the items are doing on site, but there are also online platform. But maybe what about the future? Is the companies planning to actually doing everything online in the future? That is very important to actually know the situation, the current situation of the company, and the future planning of the company. So this is just an example. Okay, for example, an event hotel. Okay, customer can possibly know about the location, about the event space. Okay, about okay, the event space. They look on the website. Okay, they probably okay, decide okay, I want this hotel, I want this room, example. But then the customer will probably go to the hotel. Okay, I tell them, okay, I want this room, make the payment, and then they get the service over there. Or it can also be, no, we don't allow, we don't have website. It can be all offline. Or it can also be like everything online. Okay, okay, we look at the everything online, and then they make the decision, make payment, but then when you want to get the on-site service, then you go to the location. Or maybe now, because it's pandemic, everything becoming online. Yeah, you make payment until everything's online, and then you get the service. You get attend the conference. You get to participate. You got all the cert and everything. Everything online. Everything fulfillment also online. So it's important to know the situations of the organizer or the company, and then where it's heading to. So this one happened to me. Our plan was to actually doing some of the participants would do it offline, some of the participants would do it online, and then because of the pandemic, it was 100% online. We wanted to do hybrid, and it happened to us. Everything becoming all online. Okay, so with technology adoption, when we talk about users of technology, there are versions of users. Okay? There are users who are innovators. Okay? They are the first person. Okay? They innovate the items, the technology. They are the first group of people that would want to actually start using the technology. Okay, and then there are some of the leaders that actually follow along, and there are also majority of people, early majority, late majority. So the majority will probably like, okay, we wait, okay, people start using it, okay, now we are using it because there are many people using. But there are also a group of people who refuse to use. I don't want to use online. I don't like. I prefer to go on site. I prefer to. And then I don't want. You can make payment online. I don't want. I want to go and see. I want to pay. I want to. Go to the hotel, and I want to pay at the hotel. I don't want to make payment online right now. There are still a group of people who are probably refuse to use the technology. So if we see here, that is a group of people, we call it innovator, and then there is also those actually respond to the technology. Okay, pink is the technology. Okay, and then there are also a group of people we call this laggard, who refuse to use, or who when there is no other situation, when the situation forces it to use, then only they use. Okay, so here about technology, okay, there are versions of users, okay, versions of customers, potential customers, and all. Okay, there are users who are probably, if we have a website, okay, there are users who is the first time visit. Okay, first time to our website, do not know anything, first time. Okay, and then there's another group of people who probably visited before and come again, and then there's another customer who just registered. So these two, first and second, they did not register. They just come visit, and then they probably go to another website. Okay, and then there is a customer who newly registered, customer who already registered. Okay, and then customer who make purchase one or several times. There are also customers who purchased once upon a time, but no longer active. And then finally, there's also a customer who already purchased, active, or very responsive, will comments, will like, will respond, and all. So there are versions of customers which it's important for us to know. Okay, so when we plan, okay, how do we tackle this group? How do we tackle this group? And of course, there will be different strategy, different technology that we use. Okay. So when we talk about MICE or the event industry, okay, so traditionally this was it. Okay, was very simple, was quite straightforward. Okay, customer they start discover about the event, okay, about the location, about the restaurant, about the organizer and all. Okay, and then they start explore a bit more. They make the payment, and then after that they engage, okay, with the organizer or the hotels and all. Okay, now it becomes more complex. Okay, it becomes very complex. Okay, so the first is the yellow one. Okay, customer could possibly get discovered through, oh, they saw online advertisement, or probably they saw print advertisement. They saw on YouTube, okay, and then they want to know more, they want to explore more, they watch tutorial, they could possibly use mobile apps, videos on mobile, maybe watch YouTube, maybe read reviews, or maybe they compare online, do comparison online, okay, maybe from websites or compare shops and all. And when they want to make payment, okay, they could purposefully make payment at the using call center. Maybe they go to the shop, make payment online shop, okay, or maybe go to the store, make payment at the hotel or the travel agency at the office, you know, or make payment through mobile apps, okay. And then finally, how they engage? They could engage through a blog, okay, their own blog. They could download an apps, okay, the company's app or anything, okay, or the third party apps, for example, travel agency app, not our hotel, but the travel agency apps, okay, and then they give comments and share, they like, they forward, you know, they could possibly give reviews on our website, on our Facebook, okay, like us on Facebook and all. So things become so complex now compared to the traditional one, okay. So this is the I would say the future for the MICE and as well as the event industry. So things keep changing. Therefore, the event and organization of the the event management is also keep changing. So the main point about event, about using technology for the event is to understand the objective of the event. Okay, so once we know what is the objective, the technology tools are just the tools to actually make the objective happen. So as long as we know what is the objective, who is the target of customers, viewers, to achieve our objective, and the technologies are there. There are many technologies are there. You see the development, and then the technology will keep evolve. So we have to be relevant. We have to evolve too. And then there are so many technologies out there. There are so many free technologies out there as well that organizers can make use to achieve the objective that we want to achieve for the event. So with that, I finish the first half of my lecture. Okay, I would like to finish with this quote over here. The only thing that is constant in life is change. So things keep changing. The only thing that's constant is change. Okay, with that, thank you. If anyone have any questions that you want to ask before I start on the second half, you may do so now.
Thank you, Dr. Ama. Thank you very much. This is very interesting because you see things from the perspective of the technology. Nowadays that we are witnessing the constant shift from traditional to digital. So everything is forced to be digital, especially because the pandemic situation that forced us to work from home and do things from home, and you have to do it digitally, or otherwise you cannot mingle with the society. So maybe I welcome you for, may I welcome any questions for maybe like
Sure.
10 to 15 minutes or so?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I shall welcome some questions, maybe 2 questions before we have a quick break before the second session. Does anybody have any questions about the previous presentation? So while waiting for any questions from the students, maybe I have my own questions. Okay. The situation that the shift from offline into online routine that we are facing right now, and because of the pandemic also, it makes business has to run smoothly, but in other ways, in digital ways. So some, for example, in Jakarta, we have a public zoo, which is um, um, which has no customers, which has no people comes to the zoo. So the animals are lacking in food and they are starving, etc., etc. And they are doing some attractions via their website. So they're doing this like we have to, if we want to, if we still want to watch the tigers, the monkeys, the other animals, you can just come into the website, and but you still have to pay for a fee. This fee is maybe it's for the cost for the food for the animals and maybe for the maintenance and etc. But in your perspective as a business administration, where you're coming from, Dr. Amma, how do you see how do you see this business? Because this is actually an event which is created weekly. I think it's every Wednesday or every Saturday. It's only once a week. But in your perspective, how long can this last? Because this is an event, weekly event, and who knows will pay for the fee, and then I don't know, maybe in the long future, maybe there will be no people who is interested. Please.
Okay.
That's my question.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dwi Rini. It's very interesting questions. Yes, I actually do have similar questions. Before this, I was wondering, because here in Malaysia too, there are several zoos that actually started doing virtual virtual trip. And before this, maybe people will have to pay more expensive, maybe about 15 ringgit for kids, 30 ringgit for adults. But when you do virtual kids, maybe people just will have to pay 5 ringgit or maybe 10, okay, way cheaper. And recently, I talked to this one conservation organization in Malaysia. I interviewed for something else, but I get to know about this. Okay, they did the same thing. They did virtual trip for students, and they request for students. They try to collaborate with kindergartens, with schools to get participants to pay and attend. And turned out that the first one was not so bad, and the second was quite bad, and then it get worse and worse, because who would want to attend many times? First, second, people can get free virtual trip on YouTube. There's so many, kids wouldn't want to wait for the actual time at 10. And then, they are not as patient as us. They can't wait at 10. And then when the video was live, not edited, kids don't want to wait for the cameraman to go to another cage to see another animals and all. Okay, so kids want to see YouTube video that are edited. Okay, this animal, and then next this animal. They want to, Okay, so they said, and they told me that they get a sum of money during the first virtual trip. They didn't get as much second one, and then it get worse. Okay, it got worse. But after that, what they did was they give free, because they've been practicing. Doing that, they have already allocated the manpower, this doing that, this will be doing that, and then they are all experts in doing that. They have fun, they love to actually get out and engage with the animals. They have to do it anyway, they have to give food to the animals, so they decided they will just do free. When they do free, what happened was there are so many people who wanted to join, because they do not have to pay. One, it's not because of the parents do not want to pay. Sometimes they are they are busy. They don't have the time to actually transfer the money. You have to book prior to the time, and also when it's free, they get more promotion, not only locally, but they get also international. Okay, when they get so many crowds, what they did was companies that I want to advertise, so they do advertisement. Company who want to advertise, you pay like 100 ringgit, or 50 ringgit for 1 hour, 2 hours of advertisement. So, and then they actually get more money by doing that. They give publicity just to get the crowds. They do advertisement, online advertisement, and at the bottom of the page, they keep doing this. What do we call this technology? The words that actually says, if you want, whoever who wants to donate, you may donate to this account number. So that advertisement keep going on and on at the bottom of the page, and turn out that there are many who are maybe pleased with them, who have the heart, who probably feel pity to the animals, who actually are willing to donate. And when they donate, they do not donate 5 ringgit. They donate bigger amount of money. So they actually, by doing that, they actually get, by giving free virtual trip, they actually earn more than doing their than their previous strategy. So maybe I could share that from one of the conservation organization in Malaysia.
Yes, actually, it's not only the zoo that does the attraction, a virtual attraction. Also, there are some theaters, some people that usually do some shows in front of the stage, and then they have no crowd, and then they are thinking about how they can survive during the pandemic situation. So they are doing this dance, traditional dance, and they are doing their stuffs, and they are presenting it in front of their own cellular phone. And then what they are expecting is likes and followers, and hopefully this promotion can go on and on, and then there they have the advertisement, and etc. etc. Do you think this is the paradigm that is going to be here for so long in the future? And do you think that this is only temporarily during the pandemic era, and this will change after that? And I would like to know your perspective. Is this only temporary, or is this going to be is this going to happen for quite a long time?
This is my personal opinion, my point of view, my personal opinion, which it's not based on any research at all. I think it will be hybrid in the future. It may not be it will not be like prior to the pandemic. It will not be exactly the same like prior to the pandemic, but I think it will be more a hybrid. So if things we do on site, like I said, if we do on site, it will be a hybrid. We will have online too. So even if you want to do it at a hotel, I believe that there will be so many other participants that will ask, you have online, you have recorded. I think it will be like that. So I think the future will be hybrid. I can see that it becoming hybrid. I don't see that it will be 100% online yet, because I believe that people still need the human touch, especially at the collectivism, a country with collectivism culture like Indonesia, Malaysia, the Asian countries. We love interactions. We love the face-to-face interaction, the human interactions, and all. Okay, so so I don't think it will be online 100%. I feel that it will be hybrid. Yeah, for a culture that is more individualistic, like US, America, and all. I think there will probably possibility that it could possibly be more online than the face-to-face. But I think our culture, I think it could possibly be hybrid. Yeah.
Yeah. My last question. Do you think that in terms of hybrid, is it like you're going to it's not going to be totally online, but it's going to be part online and offline? But when it is offline, you still have to wear masks, you still have to take your temperature and things like that. So is it true that hybrid, the definition of hybrid is that even though it's not online and it's becoming offline, but you still have to obey the things like wearing masks and etc. etc.
Okay.
Is that what your your perspective?
Okay, it can be two actually for hybrid. Okay, if the situation is, I mean, I'm not sure when the pandemic will be over in the future. When
Yeah.
it becomes no longer pandemic, it becomes endemic. When it becomes endemic, that I don't know when will when can we take off our mask, when we can no longer have to pay so much attention on social
Yes.
distancing.
When can we use our lipstick? Because
Exactly,
we're using
yes.
mask every
Yes.
time, and then you don't have to use our lipstick anymore.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a dilemma.
Yes. And research shows that recent research shows that items like makeup, actually the sales for makeup has reduced so much, I think, because of the less interaction as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but at the near future, like maybe this end of this year, early of next year, what I see of hybrid is that for those who can't make it, okay, who can't make it on site, they still have the options to do it online. For example, this coming semester in UMT itself, those who needs to come on site, needs to learn from UMT, maybe they need a better internet service, or maybe it's more cost efficient to actually use the internet at the university, or maybe it's more conducive to actually stay at the hostel. They are allowed to come with the exception that they have 2 doses. Okay, but of course, have to if I do the teaching on campus, then I have to practice the social distancing. I have to teach in front of the class, and I have to make sure that those who are not on site were still able to actually listen to me and still follow the class. So probably it has to be recorded, so that it can be combination. It can be that type of hybrid one, or it can be another type of hybrid is that first few days is online, first few days is on site. So those who are online were probably not able to attend the on-site. So there will be 2 groups, online and on-site, 2 different times. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Amma. Maybe we shall have a quick break, and maybe for 5 or 10 minutes, I suppose. 10, 5, 10?
I'm okay. Either way, 5 or 10.
5 is okay for you?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, stick around for 5 minutes because Dr. Amma probably will have a quick coffee and maybe like 9:19 or 9:20, we will start again with the second half about HR. So please, Dr. Amma, if you would like to have some cup of tea or coffee for 5 minutes.
Okay.
And for those of you, our students, if you would like to just go to the toilet, we have 5 minutes break, and then you could come again, and we will have the second half session about HR in a moment.
Okay. So I see everyone in 5 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Please do. Okay. 5 minutes.
Selamat datang di Fakultas Ilmu Sosial dan Ilmu Budaya Universitas Pakuan, Bogor. Fakultas Ilmu Sosial dan Ilmu Budaya atau FISIP merupakan perubahan dari Fakultas Sastra yang berdiri sejak tahun 1980. Seiring dengan tantangan dan kebutuhan ilmiah dalam pengembangan fakultas di masa depan, tahun 2012 Fakultas Sastra berganti nama menjadi Fakultas Ilmu Sosial dan Ilmu Budaya. Pengembangan sistem pendidikan terus dilakukan di Fakultas Ilmu Sosial dan Ilmu Budaya guna tercapainya visi Universitas Pakuan yang unggul, mandiri, dan berkarakter. FISIP memiliki 4 program studi yaitu Program Studi Sastra Inggris, Program Studi Sastra Indonesia, Program Studi Sastra Jepang, dan Program Studi Ilmu Komunikasi. Lingkungan akademisi ini didukung oleh tenaga kependidikan dan pendidik profesional yang memiliki kualifikasi akademik dan latar belakang pendidikan sesuai dengan tugasnya. Sejak tahun 2007, FISIP bekerja sama dengan Direktorat Jenderal Pendidikan Tinggi menerima program Dharma Siswa dengan peserta mahasiswa asing dari berbagai negara. Sebagai wujud nyata tata kelola pendidikan yang baik, Fakultas Ilmu Sosial dan Ilmu Budaya memiliki sekretariat administrasi dan sekretariat akademik yang menjalankan tugasnya secara profesional. Didukung dengan sistem informasi akademik atau SIMAK yang terintegrasi, mahasiswa mendapatkan kemudahan dalam memperoleh informasi akademik. Unit penjaminan mutu fakultas dan unit penelitian dan pengabdian pada masyarakat fakultas hadir sebagai pemenuhan standar pengelolaan pendidikan tinggi secara konsisten dan berkelanjutan. Lingkungan Fakultas Ilmu Sosial dan Ilmu Budaya yang bersih dan asri dilengkapi dengan fasilitas-fasilitas untuk menunjang kegiatan belajar mengajar. FISIP ikut mendukung program Bogor Tanpa Plastik dari pemerintah daerah dengan menyediakan fasilitas wadah air minum isi ulang di setiap lantai fakultas. Lingkungan pendidikan yang nyaman didukung dengan fasilitas sistem keamanan di berbagai sudut ruang. Dalam mengembangkan dan menghasilkan prestasi mahasiswa di bidang akademis, FISIP juga memiliki fasilitas berbagai laboratorium yang menunjang seperti FISIP juga memiliki kelembagaan mahasiswa untuk menjaga kualitas pendidikan dan keaktifan mahasiswa dalam berkegiatan. Kelembagaan mahasiswa FISIP terdiri dari Dalam kegiatan aktif organisasi tersebut, mahasiswa telah memperoleh banyak prestasi baik di bidang akademis maupun bidang non-akademis. Sebagai bentuk pengabdian terhadap stakeholder, FISIP Pakuan terus aktif melakukan kegiatan seminar, juga kerjasama dengan pemerintah demi memperluas wawasan dan jaringan dalam dunia pendidikan, sehingga dapat dinilai berkualitas dan memiliki kuantitas yang baik yang terus berkembang untuk masa depan.
Selamat datang di Fakultas Ilmu Sosial dan Ilmu Budaya Universitas Pakuan yang memiliki visi menjadi fakultas unggul, mandiri, dan berkarakter untuk menghasilkan lulusan yang berkompetensi dan berdaya saing tinggi dalam bidang sastra, budaya, dan ilmu komunikasi di era Educational 4.0 menuju Society 5.0.
Dengan kompetensi global dan kemampuan beradaptasi dengan teknologi informasi yang berkembang begitu pesat dan sumber-sumber belajar yang begitu mudah diperoleh.
Halo, saya Hairunisa Fadrin, saya alumni FISIP Pakuan.
Halo, nama saya Muhammad Ivan Maulana. Saya alumni FISIP Pakuan angkatan 2015.
Kesan saya selama berkuliah di Universitas Pakuan Bogor sangat menyenangkan.
Kesan yang tidak terlupakan adalah ketika saya mengikuti kegiatan organisasi sehingga dapat menambah pengalaman. Yang paling utama adalah ketika saya mendapatkan teman-teman baru.
Dengan dosen-dosen yang ramah, baik, dan fasilitas yang oke.
Pesan untuk FISIP Pakuan, semoga FISIP selalu maju dan berkembang sehingga dapat menciptakan sarjana-sarjana muda yang berprestasi dan menciptakan generasi bangsa yang terbaik.
FISIP!
Profesional, kreatif, dan humanis.
Okay, thank you for the quick break, and we welcome you back to the second half of the session, which we will, Dr. Amma will talk about HR in the second session, and the floor is yours, Dr. Amma.
Okay.
Please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dwi.
You're welcome.
Let me share my screen again. Yeah. Okay. So on the second half, I'll talk about HR or the human resource. Okay, that relates to MICE or the event industry. Okay, what I will do for the second half. Okay, I will not take so much time on the lecture of the HR. I'll probably do it half of the time. Okay, for the general idea or the theories of HR, and then another half I share some of the activities that Marcy have done, and all the committee members of Marcy. And then if we have time today, I have about a few of my students, they will probably share how they actually get their committee members. Okay, I do have a few of my Marcy students who used to become the Ketua program or the program coordinator or program leader for few programs, for different programs, 3 different programs. So I get the chance for them to actually share how they get the committee members for the program. Okay? I hope that will be very beneficial for the students for the subject, for the event management subject. Okay, so I'll talk about HR. Okay, so HR for event is quite interesting. It's not like the human resource for organizations or companies or departments. Okay, event is different. Okay? Why? Because event is normally short term. Okay, we have a target, we have the date, we have a specific date, we have the time. Okay, so it's normally short term. Okay, the process of recruitment, hiring. Okay, we hire people, we get people. It's just for a duration of time. Normally, it's for a short period of time, just for the event. Okay, okay, and it involves share stuff quickly as well. So sometimes after the event, then we probably no longer need the staff. Okay, we could possibly get volunteers as well for the event. Okay, we can we can sourcing from outside of the organization, outside of the department. For example, mahasiswa from Indonesia, from Pakuan, you could possibly get volunteers or sourcing from Marcy, from University of Malaysia Terengganu, from Malaysia, or you could possibly get volunteers or sourcing in terms of quality control. Maybe you organize everything, but you get someone outside from your group to control the quality, to manage the quality, or maybe just to supervise, or maybe you need outside party to actually give you training or motivation. So we could collaborate, okay, with hiring or organizing members. Okay, it does not have to be specifically just from our team. We could collaborate. We could make use of others' expertise as well, or we could organize everything, but we require several volunteers or help collaborate in certain areas, or it could possibly be 50-50 collaborations. There's so many ways on how we plan it. Okay. Okay, so for HR, okay, first is the plan. Okay, we plan how do we want it to be? How do you want to do we want to collaborate? If yes, how do you want to collaborate? Like, is it 50-50? Okay, so we plan on the strategy. Okay, the strategy and the objective. What is our objective? Strategy, later on in the next slides, I'll talk more about the strategy, what are the options of the strategies, okay? And of course, after we decide on the strategy, objectives, and then what are the policies, the procedures, okay, if we decide on the strategy, what is the procedures that we have to follow? So this is the first step, okay? Pretty much on the planning step. The next step is the doing it, okay? Which involve recruitment, selection, and induction. So we recruit the employees or the staff, or we recruit the team members, okay? And then we do the selections of the options that we have, and then we do induction or the introduction or the orientation for the team that we have recruit or elected. Okay, we could also give training or professional development along the way. Okay, and then we supervise and evaluate the performance of our team. Okay, and then the next step is we could possibly terminate if we think that, okay, you've done your job, we no longer need you. We need you only for the marketing purpose, and then we no longer need marketing anymore. Next step will be just the event. So we could possibly terminate because of no longer need that expertise, or we could probably terminate because not performing. Okay, so there's option where we can terminate, and then finally, of course, we evaluate. We do postmortem on whatever we did. Okay, on the HR management and planning process, where we did wrong, how we could improve, and then we do modifications and on. Okay, so strategy. Okay. Strategy, it can be cost containment. Okay, so our strategy is we don't want we don't have so much money, we don't want to spend so much. Okay, that could possibly one of the strategy. It can be for we want to improve the quality, or we want our target is the quality. It could possibly be organizational effectiveness. Okay, our strategy is to make it work, to make it efficient, to make it smooth. Okay, and it could possibly be because our strategy is we want to perform very well, we want to be known, we want to be number one, we want to be very good. It could. Okay, so these are the options that we can decide on our strategy. So when we first plan of the event or the event of the things that we want to do, okay, we decide on the strategy. Okay, we probably do not have so much money. Okay, that's fine. Or maybe we don't mind spending, as long as the quality of the event is good. Okay, or we don't really care as long as it works. Okay, or we want to be the best, the good. Okay, so we decide that. Okay, and then after we decide that, okay, after we decide that, and then we decide on the staffing. So if we know our strategy, we know our objective, we can know how many people do we want, do we have enough, do we need more, if we need more, how many more, what do we need it for, who do we need it from, okay, where do we need it from, and all. Okay, so and then skills and qualification mix. Do we need we want people who are good in IT, or we want it to be at least final year students, or we want it to be in business background, or at least who qualified, who can speak English, or who can understand both languages, or what. Okay, so what are the criteria that we decide? Okay, and then what stage that we require? Do we need it from the beginning, or we need the second half, or we need only during the event? So which stage do we need the staffing? Okay, so the next step is the job analysis. Okay, so okay, we need one person to become the IT committee, example. Okay. And then for the IT committee, what tasks should we be grouped to form a job? Okay, what should we look for in an applicant? What should the organization structure be? Okay, and what tasks should we perform? Should form a performance appraisal, and lastly, what training and development is required. Okay, so when you decide on okay, example, you need an IT committee. Okay, and you can decide. Okay. For the IT committee, what is the job scope? Okay, the IT committee will probably create the website, or maybe the IT committee will do the create the Zoom, become the host Zoom host as well, or the IT committee do the poster as well, digital poster, or do the certificate, or that's too much. Okay, so you decide. Okay, the IT committee, what are their job scope, and then you can decide on the rest. Okay, so the job description. Okay. The name of the job, what are the commitments? Okay, this one normally we do this job description for organization. When you want to hire an IT consultant, IT committee example, okay, we need to describe very clearly so that whoever who would want to work, okay, would know, okay, what are the job descriptions. Okay, I'm in charge of this. These are my commitment. How much do I get? Do I get salary monthly, or do I get just a small monthly? Your salary is very minimum, but for every event, whenever we have event, you get a certain amount of money based on event. So if that way, maybe you want to participate to so many events, okay, because your salary is not much. So it's important to actually to outline everything, the reward, the incentive that you may get, okay, maybe the summary of the job, what are your duties, what are your responsibilities, okay, the skills and the knowledge, okay, maybe the authority, what is your authority, okay, of the job, and then finally the performance standards, okay, the standards that you expect from the potential employee. Okay. Next is the job specification. Okay. So it's also important to identify. For example, you want you're looking for potential employee. You want them to have at least experience. Okay, you don't want a fresh grad. You want someone who at least have 2 years experience, or maybe someone who has event management qualification, or who studied about event, who maybe have knowledge in this, abilities in this, or maybe have some skills, or maybe the character is not so shy or able to work with people. So what is the specifications that you want from the potential employee? Okay. Okay. So in terms of policies and procedures, okay, once you outline, okay, the job descriptions, okay, the job specifications of the job, okay, and then next will be the policies and the procedures. Okay. So the policies and the procedures could possibly be, okay, our organization, what are the policies? Our policy, it has to be event, it has to be formal. Okay, you will not be able to give informations, okay, on behalf of the university to the outsiders before having meeting, before discussing, before asking the top committee. Okay, so and then the procedures. Okay, what are the procedures? Whether the procedures that you communicate everything via online, whether everything has to be black and white, whether it can be informal, whether you have the authorities, or you can hire anyone else to actually assist you, or you have to require your top committee to actually convey all the formal information. Okay, so policies and procedures is also important. Okay, for the newbie. Okay, if for example you graduated and then you get into the industry, get into the mines industry or the event management industry. Okay. And then you're not sure about the policies and the procedures. Okay, so it's always good to see how the culture of the organization is. If you see that is how the culture normally be done, okay, it's always good to follow the culture. Okay, so that we may not be doing something that is wrong. Maybe for our point of view from our previous location or from previous company, that's how we do it. Okay, it is acceptable and it is doable. It is correct for the organization. But maybe with this organization, the policies and the procedures are different. And if we are not sure, instead, of course, what we can do is just follow the culture that have been normally been done by the employees at that location. So over here, okay, for the recruitment, selection, and induction, okay, these are the process. Okay, for HR, normally HR will do the forecast, will do the planning. Okay, they possibly can foresee, or this is when we need more people. This is when this is the time where we should be hiring and all. Okay, so they have the job analysis, the description, specifications of the job. Okay, they also know the budget. Okay, so how much money do we have? We want to hire. Okay, we want to hire designer. So that our process will be nice. And do we have the budget? Okay, we have budget. We only have about 500. Okay, if we spend 50 for designer, okay, we still have 450. Okay, we want to probably spend another 50 for a proofreader to check our grammar on our announcement and all. Okay, we still have, okay, this one we want to probably spend for goodies, or this is one maybe for the background. So okay, depends on how much budget. So if we have the budget, okay, then we can allocate for the recruitment purposes. Okay, and then next is the recruitment procedure. Okay, how is the policy of the company? How do we recruit? Okay, we can advertise. We can use employment agency. Okay, recruitment agency that actually do the recruitment for you, or maybe the recruitment agency that actually will advertise for you, or maybe we could it could possibly be word of mouth. Okay, we tell someone and someone tell to another person, another person. Okay, it could be from educational institution link. Okay, we know from all educational institution that that we are recruiting this. Okay, recruiting fresh grads in this. Okay, so that are the examples of recruitment procedure. And then there are pool of applicants, or these are the group of applicants who want. Okay, so how do we select them? Okay, we could do screening if you want. Okay, how do we select them? Okay, selection procedure, it can be maybe we give form, so they need to fill in the form. We already have the form. These are the information that we want. So applicants, what they need to do, they have to fill in the form. Or maybe we want to interview. We want to know, okay, is this person suitable with our organization, our policy, our company? Okay, or maybe we can give tests to see, okay, whether to see the IQ level, to see the English proficiency, to a calculation level and all. Okay, or maybe we need referees. Okay, we need someone to refer. Okay, for example, maybe okay, referees, I become one of the referees. Okay, this student is okay, or this student maybe not so active, or this one is okay. Okay, so I can become the referee as well. Or it can be equipment, employment opportunity, meaning that we just give whoever wants, we give the same. We do not select. We do not choose based on this. We give everyone. So if they are doing well, you get incentive. We do not perform, then we will terminate you. Giving everyone who wants the same opportunity. Okay. So after the selection procedure, then yes, we hire. We give the contract. Okay, with the terms and conditions. Okay, this is the terms. You have to follow this, and this. There is contract. sign the contract. This is when we're talking about organization, yeah. When we talking about small event like collaborations between student bodies, maybe it will not be so much procedures, so much black and white, okay. And then hiring, it can be what are the awards that we will be giving. So talking about incentive, salary, awards that you get, okay, and all. And then we need to see the employee records as well, whether they have bad records or not prior to selecting, prior to hiring the employees. And finally, the induction or the introduction or the orientations for the new recruitment. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so training and professional development. Okay, for big organizations, they normally have the training professional development, the department of training and professional development. So this department normally they do so many trainings for the employees. So whenever there are new employees, they will have the new training. Okay, professional development for new employees. And then for orientations, and then whenever or they give options for the employees to actually attend. Often, whenever you want to attend, you can attend, or when the employer assign certain employees to attend the development. So normally big corporations, they do have a department, training and professional development. Okay, for smaller organizations, sometimes they do not have this, okay, department. What they can do, they can still hire outsiders, third party to actually come give training to the employees, or they can actually send one or two if they have some application, one or two. Okay, we will send to outside event for some training, professional development, okay, or maybe in-house training development. Okay, to the seniors will train the youngsters, the younger generation. Okay, so and then this one, okay, this is for supervision and evaluation. Okay, so when we supervise, when we evaluate, okay, first we have the goal. The goal that the employee need to achieve, okay, and then we give feedback during performance appraisal. Okay, so we evaluate. We look at the performance, whether it's okay or not okay. Okay, if it's okay, maybe we can give a reward. Okay, if not, then we discuss. Okay, we say that okay, there's issue, you need to do this and all, and then we set another goal again to the employee, and then we evaluate again. If it's okay, then they will get the reward. If not, then it will go round and round. Okay, and then this is finally, the final one is the legal obligation. So organizations, they do have to oblige to the legal laws and all. Okay, example can be occupational health and safety laws. It can be discrimination. Okay, not to discriminate against gender, maybe discriminations against religion, against races. Okay, so if there are laws, okay, that outline this. Okay, so the organizations have to follow. Okay, for example, okay, maybe in Malaysia, you're not allowed to discriminate against races. So you can't have organizations that only hire only Malays, or hire only Chinese, or hire only Indians. Okay, that is not allowed in Malaysia. For example, there's rules or laws on discrimination. So if the organization feels that, oh, it's a cultural event, festival event, okay, but if the law says so, okay, then we have to oblige to the law. Okay? And there are many legal obligations, which include, of course, salaries and wages. What is the minimum salary that you can give to the employee? Okay, although that person is not performing and all, okay, but the company have to still pay the minimum wage. Okay, and then the working condition. Okay, it has to be conducive working condition. So what are the rules? Okay, maybe employees cannot work more than 14 hours in a day or 40 hours in a week. Okay, so those are the so when we want to plan event, okay, we put this in, or that person have achieved the maximum hours of working, you're not allowed to actually put the same employee for another event on the same week. Okay, let the employee rest. We have to allocate another employee, okay, so that this employee can rest, good for the mental health, for the physical health, okay, and then give opportunity to another employee, okay, and there are many more like superannuation, workers compensation. For example, if there is any accidents that happen during the event, so workers are entitled to get compensation. So there are laws that companies have to follow, and different country will have different laws, and different industry have different laws as well. So if you are the employee at the event company, it's also important for you to know there are laws, and that you will not have the rights to actually to fight for your rights. Okay, so with that, okay, I would want to share that's all I have for HR for the event. Okay, in terms of theory, I would want to share okay, can everyone see on the screen now the word Marcy bonding over here? Can you see it? Okay, can everyone see this on the screen?
Maybe it's still in process because
still in process. Okay.
Yes.
Then I'll just wait for.
Is it some kind of video or something?
Oh no, it's not a video. It's just a PDF file, a very colorful PDF file. I'm just sharing. Okay, this is the newsletter of Marcy, the marketing club. So this is the previous committee. So at the moment, okay, our semester will begin on 10th of October. In 10 days time, that will be the new semester for the new academic year. So this is last year. This is all the activities that was organized by Marcy last year, 2020 and 2021. So this year from October onward will be 2021 to 2022. Okay, this is actually just a
Sorry,
newsletter.
Dr. Amma, we cannot see the screen.
Oh, you can't see this.
Blank.
Oh, okay, let me stop sharing instead and share again. Can you see now?
Yes, now we can see it.
Okay. So I just want to share all the activities done by Marcy last year. Okay. So what I wanted to say is that we already elected the new committee. Okay, so the new committee will be from this coming semester, October until next year. So this all was done by last year committee. Some of the committee from last year are also the committee for this year. There are also new members, new faces. Okay, so today there are few that are just joined. Few new faces who haven't haven't organized any activities yet because they are just new. But there are also a committee who were the MASI committee last year and now currently the new committee as well. Okay, so these are the activities performed by MASI. One of it is MASI bonding. This is orientation week for the first year student. Okay. Okay, we did 3 phases of orientation. Okay, and then we do have the competition, content creator competition as well. We have 3 phases of the orientation with the head department, with myself, and with Marcy. So the new students, because they enter the university during pandemic, okay, so they get to know the seniors, okay, virtually. So if they have any issues with academic anything, they have the seniors. Okay, okay. So these are all the MASI bonding program, and then we do have competition as well during the orientation. And here are the program director for this event. Okay, we have, these are all the, I can share this with everyone after this. Okay, and then okay, we do have okay, this is the annual grand meeting. Okay, where we elected the new committee last year. Okay, for last year. Okay, this annual grand meeting. Okay, and then for each of the event, we do have the committee member, high council, and okay. So if I could share, let me see, committee. Okay, so this is the high council for last year. We have high council, and then after high council, we have multimedia exco, we have sport exco, protocol exco, academic exco, spiritual exco, and entrepreneurship exco. This year is the same. We have high council, and then we have the 6 excos, okay, which I mentioned earlier. So today they actually joined us. Okay, there's only one from the high council, Nur Nilam Sari, and then I have I think I do have representative from each of the exco that actually joined us today. Okay. And then we have other events like editing skill, cultivate your editing skill with Marcy. Okay. Other program. Okay. For each of the program, we do new recruitment. Okay. So we give the opportunity for other students who are not in the Marcy board, but to actually participate to become the committee for each of the event. Okay. And then this is our new Great Marketing Entrepreneur program, where we allow students to actually sell products from Agrobazaar. Okay, this is resume refinement and preparation for workplace workshop. We give workshops for students to prepare themselves for internship. Okay, we do have bacaan Yasin, doa munajat. Normally we do this when approaching to the final exam, or sometimes when we know any any bad news, maybe loss of our friends or family members of students, we organize bacaan Yasin as well. Okay. This is okay. This is the, what do we call this? The Dean's List Award. Okay, was organized by Marcy. Okay, celebrating the achievement of students. Majlis Anugerah Dekan. Okay, and then this is Learn Business Through E-Games. We collaborate with Pakuan. The name of the the name of the event is okay. The name of the game is Monsoon Sim, Business Simulation Monsoon Sim. There was a competition between Marcy and Pakuan. This is the lecturer from Pakuan, okay? And then the competitions between the two universities, okay? We did virtual run as well. This is actually our head department. Our head department, Dr. Azizul. He also participated to the virtual grant organized by Marcy. I also did participate to the virtual grant as well. For example, this is another lecturer that actually participated. You can do virtual run outdoors or indoor. Okay. And these are just the committee members. These are all last year's committee members. Some of the committee members are women with Marcy, some graduated, and then there are a few new committee members. Okay, so these are the these are the activities done by Marcy last year. I would love to share the activities plan, our activities plan for this year. Yeah. Dr. Dwirini, can you see the screen now? Oh, sorry.
Yes, yes, I can see the screen. Yes.
Okay. So these are the activities that are already approved by the top committee. So we have 7 activities that are already approved, which we will be organizing soon, this semester onwards. Okay, there will be a few more activities that we will request for approval, which we will also organize this semester, and then we also outline for a few more activities next semester or next year. Okay, so one is Venture Challenge. If I could share this. Okay, this one. Okay, this is Venture Challenge, one of the event internet. Okay, we collaborate with 4 universities from Indonesia. Kalbis, this is Pakuan. There's USU, and then there's another one. I forgot the name. What's narrative? I forgot the name. Narutama, I think Narutama, USU, Kalbis, and Pakuan. Okay, so this is a venture challenge. It's a business plan competition. One team consists of 4 to 5 people. Entry fee is 10 ringgit Malaysia, and then there's grand prizes 1, 2, and then there'll be more 3, 4, 5. There'll be more prizes. Okay, there will be several stages of the game. Of the competition. Okay. So this one over here, okay, it will be held from 24th of October until 24th of November. Venture Challenge. Okay, and then we'll have Marcy Bonding again for first year student orientation for first year. This semester we won't do virtual run, but we do workout competition. We have annual grand meeting again because they were just all elected. We haven't had our first annual grand meeting. When the semester starts, and we'll have our AGM or the annual grand meeting. We will have research method workshop as well for final year students who want to know more about research method. And this will will involve many lecturers from the departments. So all the lecturers will get the opportunities to actually give lecture on the research method. Okay, and then we have the infographic photographic competition, Malaysia Truly Asia competition. Okay, so those are the activities that was approved. Okay, that were already approved, and this will be a few more that we will request for approval. A few more that we will organize this coming semester, but haven't request for approval. Okay, we will have the baca Quran. Okay, bicara Al-Quran, discussion about Al-Quran. Okay, we have Must You Run and Ride. Okay, so if you want to ride a bicycle, also can. If you want to run, also can. Okay, creating the spark. Okay, this is a protocol event, how to organize an event. So it's basically workshops on how to organize event. Okay, there will be another program called Master of Video Maker Marcy. Okay, also workshops on PowerPoint and Canva. Okay. Okay, so that one haven't got approval. We will request for the approval soon, but we will organize it this coming semester as well. So the coming semester will begin in 10th of October. We'll finish sometimes, I think, end of January. Yeah, end of January, and February will be the exam period. And this will begin in March of next year onward. Okay. Ubi program Amal Islami or the Azan and Tilawah competition. This chat with alumni, sharing for future, so discussion or chatting with the seniors, the alumni, those who actually graduated. So we have a session chatting with the seniors. Okay, I have workshops for resume and preparation for internship again. Okay, okay, and then tips and tricks on online distance learning. Okay, forum with experts from organization about new normal. Okay, I have business talk, and this is by Shopee. Shopee, I think in Indonesia there's Shopee as well. Shopee is e-commerce platform. How to become a seller, a power seller at Shopee platform. Okay. Okay. Next is the I'm sorry. Those are the events that will haven't get approved but will be organized. Yes. Okay. These are the events that we will still be doing it this semester. This one, but haven't got approved. And this one is okay. This one is only the that we will be doing it next year. Okay, workshops on enhanced marketing skill, entrepreneurship competition. Okay, let's improve our English together. Okay, let's learn how to start a business and get sponsorship. Okay, so these are the events that we'll organize next year. But okay. And some of the events we will organize, okay, I will organize soon, and some we have already get approved. Okay, I can definitely share this with the students as well. The reason I'm sharing that, okay, the reason I'm sharing is because I know that the students, the communication students for event management class will have to do event for this semester. So the reason I share that, okay, just in case the students would want to collaborate on any of the event with Marcy, or you have an event that you want to organize that is something different than this, that you would probably want to collaborate with Marcy, it's up to you, okay. I can introduce some of my students over here. You can talk to some of the students. They will talk to the rest of the committee about what are the events that you would want to collaborate with Marcy. So now, I think I would want to invite, is it okay, Dr. Dwirini, to invite my students to share about their experience?
Yes, please. Yes,
okay.
please.
Okay, okay. Nilam Sari, are you here?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, Nilam Sari, you can share. It's okay, right, for Dr. Dwirini, for the students to speak in Bahasa?
Yes, it is okay. It is okay.
So, Nilam Sari. So, Nilam Sari is one of the High Council of Marcy for this academic year. Okay. The only representative of from High Council of Marcy. So Nilam Sari was also the organizer for one of the event last year. So Nilam Sari, maybe you can share about your experience and how you recruit your team member for the event. Nilam Sari?
Okay. Saya perkenalkan diri dulu. Nama saya Nonilam Sari binti Muhammad Basir. Boleh panggil Nilam. Okay, saya sekarang merupakan merupakan salah satu daripada majlis tinggi. Saya memegang jawatan sebagai bendahari. Okay, berpengalaman menguruskan program macam ni saya pilih ahli adalah saya melihat apa yang diperlukan dalam program tu. Contohnya saya memerlukan orang yang pandai membuat sijil, orang yang pandai membuat design untuk poster, yang boleh uruskan pendaftaran dan sebagainya. So saya melihat pada senarai nama Majlis Esko Marcy sesi lepas, dan saya memilih berdasarkan kemahiran mereka lah. Itu saja.
Okay, thank you Nilam Sari. So if I could translate in English, okay, maybe if some of you do not understand very well. So Nilam said she chose based on the needs of the task. So there are students who she needs students who can do certificate, who can do poster. So she recruit based on the task that she needs. Okay. Next, Fahmi. Fahmi.
Ya, Doktor.
Fahmi, okay. So Fahmi, can you share your experience?
Boleh, Doktor. Okay. First of all, Assalamualaikum Dr. Ahmad and Dr. Dwirini. Selamat pagi. Nama saya Muhammad Zulfikar Fahmi bin Mak Sarif. Saya merupakan Ketua Ekskul Protokol Marcy. Okay, untuk handle program ni, sebelum saya pilih komiti, saya akan check dulu program-program sebelum ni. Saya akan tengok komiti yang ada dalam tu. So, saya akan pilih komiti yang baru. So, saya akan ambil. So, saya akan letak seorang dalam, contohnya untuk AJK multimedia, saya akan letak seorang yang memang mahir untuk buat poster. So dia akan guide yang lagi 2-3 orang yang student baru ni. So dari situ student baru dapat belajar benda yang barulah. So untuk yang sama juga untuk yang AJK lain, saya akan letak seorang yang dah mahir supaya diorang boleh guide yang lagi student baru ni. Itu saja daripada saya, Doktor. Sekian, terima kasih.
Okay, thank you Fahmi. So Fahmi said that how he recruit, he will have someone who is expert, okay, in the exco, and then he will also recruit someone new. So the experts or the seniors will able to actually give training to the newbie. Okay. Siapa ya? Seorang lagi saya lupa. Fahmi, Nilam Sari dengan siapa lagi?
Aiman.
Oh ya, Aiman. Okay, Aiman. Aiman share pengalaman Aiman.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dr. Amalina dengan Dr. Dwi Rini dan kawan-kawan Marsi dan juga puan yang lain. Okay, izinkan saya untuk perkenalkan diri. Nama saya Muhammad Nur Aiman bin Alias. Saya merupakan Ketua Exco Sukan untuk kali kedua ya. Untuk sesi lepas dengan sesi ni saya still pegang jawatan sebagai Ketua Sukan. Dan saya ada pengalaman membuat satu program bersama dengan Universiti Pakuan bersama dengan Pak Dion. Yang untuk program Monsoon Sim tu, daripada situlah saya dapat mengenali berapa 10 orang pelajar Pakuan untuk saya berinteraksi sama diorang lah. Dan untuk pengetahuan Dr. Amalina dan Dr. Dwi Rini, saya untuk sesi lepas saya menjalankan 2 program, di mana satu program merupakan program Monsoon Sim dan satu lagi program merupakan program virtual run. Daripada situ saya ambil untuk Monsoon Sim merupakan saya punya program pertama untuk saya menjadi ketua. Jadi saya pada permulaannya saya jadi kekok je untuk milih orang untuk menjalankan sesuatu tugas. Tapi dengan bantuan daripada senior-senior yang lepas, dia mengatakan untuk setiap ketua pengarah program, dia perlu bijak untuk mengatur orang bawahan dia supaya program tu berjalan dengan lancar. Lepas itu saya membuat macam Fahmi buat, meletakkan seorang yang mahir dan lagi 2 orang tu akan merupakan budak baru supaya mereka training untuk pada masa akan datang. Sekiranya senior sudah tak ada, mereka boleh gantikan tempat senior tu dan mengajar budak bawah-bawah tu semulalah. Itulah antara salah satu cara untuk saya membagikan tugas semasa menjalankan tugas.
Okay, terima kasih Aiman. Thank you Aiman. So Aiman was the program leader for 2 events. One is virtual run, another one is the competition, the Monsoon Sim competition, the business simulation game between UMT and Universitas Pakuan. So and then Aiman get to know so many students from Pakuan, and I think they get to interact and to have so many they had so many meetings. They did practicing of the games. They learn about the games many times, and then finally the final competitions between Universitas Pakuan and UMT. Okay, so let me just share one more thing, okay, about HR. Okay, let me just share one more thing, okay. Okay, Dr. Dwi Rini, can you see the screen now? Or not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Is it
Yes,
okay?
now I can see it.
Okay, so this is for the event, the one that I mentioned just now, Global Tourism Conference event, GTC 2021, the Global Tourism, which was held about 3 weeks ago. So this is just the our planning, okay, our task force, administrative task force, okay, when we planned for the event, okay. This is the rehearsal part, okay. This is the rehearsal. So for all event, we do have the rehearsal session. Okay, so you see over here, we have the time, the link, and the password of the rehearsal. Okay, oops, sorry. Okay, and the locations of the rehearsal. Okay, so who have to take charge? The host. Okay, the WebEx, we use WebEx host or the Zoom host. Okay, have to sign in at certain time, and the moderator have to be ready at certain time, and then the speaker have to be ready at certain time. So who is the PIC, the person in charge? This is the person in charge, and this is the phone number. Okay, and then same thing, this is the moderator, who is the person in charge, this is the person in charge. And for all the event, this is for rehearsal. Yeah. Okay, we have break, and then we do have rehearsal again. Even for parallel sessions, we have rehearsal. So for parallel session, okay, there are 4 hosts, 4 WebEx hosts. So we have 2 over here, 4 WebEx hosts, and this is the main host. Okay. 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 And then this is the again for the rehearsal for the closing ceremony. Okay. These are the person that have to be in charge by certain time, and then these are the contact persons of that person. Okay, so what are the things that we have to do ready? Slides, for example, lucky draw and all. Okay, this is the rehearsal, and then this is the actual. Okay, pretty much similar. Okay, but what I wanted to show is that, okay, for with HR we can plan. So even though it's online, what we see in front is just one person in front talking, okay, but actually behind the screen there are so many people who are working behind the screen, making sure that the event works well. Okay, so that's all from here, from me, Dr. Dwirini, in terms of HR for event management.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Amma, and thank you also for the students from abroad. We say abroad because sometimes you are using Malaysian language. We can understand, but maybe the dialect, it's quite I don't know how to say it. Maybe we can understand if you speak slowly. So when you translate it into English, maybe it's clear that about the topic that are presented by Nilam Sari and Fahmi and Muhammad Nur Aiman. Thank you very much for the students. And now I think there are some questions from our students to Dr. Amma. Probably maybe one question. May I ask Ibu Layung to show the question so we can read it together? So this question comes from Miftahuddin. He cannot, maybe he cannot be in this room today and now.
Miss, I'm here. I'm present.
Oh yeah, you're here. So you can read the question by yourself, or maybe you can present the question.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello all. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss. I'm so sorry. Because I have a little trouble here with my network, so I can't open my camera. Before, I want to say thanks to Aiman, Fahmi, and Nilam Sari. Thank you for your sharing about your experience. Let's do the questions. I have little questions, Miss, about the last material. Firstly, what category of events are more intimate and easier to do in this digital, right? And I want to ask about how to find the idea to create an event, like how to find the easiest around us, which is can be a opportunity for us, so we can take some benefits of it. So, I mean, it's not just to resolve the problem, but maybe it's a business idea. And last, how to choose the right strategy to promote our event. And for the second question is HR. or the planning that we need to prepare to overcome the problems that may occur when the program is running. How to overcome possible problems that will occur during the event. Is there particular divisions for it, or how? Thank you, Miss.
Okay.
Maybe the question is quite long and there are a couple of questions, and Ibu Layung, can you just show the PowerPoint about the questions from Miftahuddin, so it's quite easier for Dr. Ahmad to
answer one by one?
Yeah. Ibu Layung, can you please help to present the PowerPoint about the questions from Miftahuddin? Yes, that's the question.
Okay. Thank you, Miftahuddin. Yeah, thank you, Miftahuddin. Okay, so it says that what category of the events are more in demand and easier to do in this digital? Okay, if you're asking me about what is easier, it is always been something like lecture, workshop. Okay, it's easier. Why? Because there's only one person. Okay, one person giving the lecture, the rest listen. Okay, so that is easier for the host, for the organizer. Okay, for students to organize. Okay, if you do competitions like that, will be a bit difficult. Why? Because then there will be few students from here, few students from there, any registrations, we need to share about the guidelines to students, the rules and things. So it involves many more interactions between the participants. So it's harder when it's less participants. It'll be easier, like workshops, research method workshop, and then the resume workshop, things like that is actually easier for the students to organize. Okay, category of the events are more in demand. Okay, but more in demand for those students at UMT. Okay. It can be more in demand. It can be two categories. There are students who want because of the certificate. They want to join because of the certificate. Okay, they want to get certificates. Okay? So there are students who want to participate if the events are international, have international collaborations. Because why? Because the points for international is so much higher than participating to event or activities organized by club, or organized by faculty, or organized by university, or organized by national level. International is the highest point. Okay, has the highest point. So there are demands on international event. Okay, but there are also another group of students who want to participate to events that benefit them. They want to know how to use PowerPoint and Canva. Why? Because they can use that for their class, to do video, to do presentation for their class, for this class, and they want to learn skills. Okay, so there are also students who wants to learn about editing, photography. They want skills. Okay, so I think there are two categories: who want certificate, or who want presents. They want prizes. They want 100 ringgit, 200 ringgit. They want award, and there are also ones because the event is meaningful to them. So there are two categories in terms of demands. Yeah. Okay. Even how to find the issues around us. Okay. How to find the event? Okay, create the event. Okay, I've shared so now just so much. Okay, activities that we've done last year, and then the things that we will do it this year. I think that will give so much ideas on what are the things that students can do. So these are real activities that we have done. I would say like last year, it was the first time students actually do it online. To do international, it was first time, because before this, to organize international was almost impossible. But last year, I encouraged, and Aiman took the lead to actually do for first time international, and it was with Universitas Pakuan. So this year we managed to collaborate with 4 more Indonesia universitas for Venture Challenge, of course with the help of Dr. Yuali Faladia. So in terms of ideas, you get the ideas that I shared just now. I think you have the idea that these are the activities that students can organize. Which is it? Which is it can be opportunity for others, so we can put something to study. So it's not just a problem.
So maybe this is one is about an event that resolves the problem, maybe about environmental problems such as, and the other one is about business ideas. So it's profit oriented. Maybe what Miftah meant is
Yes,
like
miss. Yes, miss.
Yes.
Is that what you meant?
Yes,
Zahudin? Okay. So you're saying that should you be focusing on events like it's something that beneficial, like recycling, environmental friendly, like that resolve society issues, or something that is profitable, giving profit to the students. Are you saying is that what you mean, Miftahuddin?
Maybe I mean like our orientations is to resolve what the problem of SDGs like that and others.
Okay, that means like you want to sorry, I didn't quite hear you. You want to can you repeat that again? Sorry.
My orientation is to how to resolve some of the problem maybe in SDGs like that, Miss.
Okay, so how to solve the problems? Okay, issues like how to solve the problem.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. If you have ideas on you want to organize event that actually solving issues, okay, that is great as well, and you can encourage people to actually participate. Okay, over here, okay, normally first semester students, they have to participate to this program 3R: recycle, reuse, and what's that? Reuse, recycle, and 3R.
Reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yes. Recycle, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Yeah. So we have that events over here. Normally first semester students of all the students at UMP, there is one course, okay, before the pandemic, the students will have to go to this island, Bidong Island. Now Bidong Island is under University Malaysia, is under the management of University Malaysia Terengganu. They have to go for like 5 days camping, something like that. We call it survival laut, or the ocean survival, sea survival. Okay, so they have to be there. They get points for participating there. So if you study at UMT, you graduate from university by the ocean, you need to actually able to survive at the by the sea. So, but during the pandemic, because we can't do the outdoor activities, what the university did was actually do the 3R, this 3R program. So all the students, what they need to do was to find any project that relates to 3R, and they have to present that. Okay, do a short video project. So there are students actually present about they did what do we call that? Baja. What is baja? What do we call that? Baja? Do you know what baja is?
Is it voucher?
No, not voucher. Baja is the, I don't know how to. I don't know what's that in English.
Fit, Doktor? Fit.
Apa ni?
Fit,
Baja apa dalam bahasa English? a budget. When we have plants, we put something to the plants so that the plant can be nourished. They meet the what do we call that? Okay, but anyway, I could give some other examples. Students did so many 3R projects. They create like the garden area using all the recycled items, or they did beach cleaning project, or any project. So this first semester for students, they did project, and then they have to record the project, and then they have to submit. So one of the things that you could do, probably if you want to do event, okay, you can encourage something like this. And participants have to share the 3R project, and then you can probably give benefits or certificates, or do a competition based on the project, okay? Or you can business ideas, or you can do business idea will be something like venture challenge, business, business plan, or just a business idea competition, okay? But of course, there are two different objectives, okay? For the 3R objective, okay, the 3R competition objective is for the benefits of the society, But the business idea or the business venture plan, business idea competition, the benefit is actually more to the student itself, to the students to learn, students to gain something, to practice, just for business ideas. And then, of course, we receive some income for Masi. So, do I answer your question, Miftahuddin? Did I answer your question, Miftahuddin?
Yes, Miss.
Is there any other?
Before the second question, right? Hello, Miss.
I think the last question maybe how to choose the right strategy to promote our events.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't see that. How to choose the right strategy to promote our event. Okay, so this relates back to what I said. I mentioned earlier. It all depends on our objective. Okay, what the strategy, the tools are there. So the tools, there are many tools. Okay, with the same objective, you can use so many tools. Okay, so in terms of the strategy, what we can do is first, what is the objective? When we know the objective is okay, we want many crowd, or we want quality crowd, or we want to gain benefit, we want exposure, collaboration, many organizations, or we want a profit for the crowd. So get to know what is the objective. When you know the objective, you know who you want to target. Are you targeting students? University student, your student, university student at Indonesia only, or university students at other country too, or final year students only, communication students only, or any type of students, business students, communication students, or are you targeting families? It can be kids, high school students, and who are you targeting? Then when you know first objective, target. Once you know that your target, then it's easy for you to choose the platform that's suitable for your target. I think that's the strategy that you can choose for event.
Thank you very much, Miss.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Ama. It's so exhausting. So many details that has been asked by Miftah, but I think everything is already being answered by Dr. Ama, and I thank you for that. And I think we are finally at the end of this session. We have done some discussions. We have already listened to the experience that has been done by Nilam, Fahmi, and Aiman. And from the faculty and from our faculty, maybe we have Bapak Muslim, because this is the end of the session, and Bapak Muslim will hand over a certificate as a speaker and this like a guest lecture for Dr. Amalina. And yeah, the committee, are you ready? Ibu Layu, can you take over the floor? And Bapak Muslim.
Okay, thank you, Bu Rini. Ibu Dr. Amalina, well, thank you very much for providing very interesting and very, very useful knowledge. And here is a certificate from us as a form of our gratitude to Ibu Amalina. Thank you very much. I hope we can meet again the next event.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pak Muslim, Dr. Dwirini, and everyone in Universitas Pakuan. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you too. And the next session is a photo session. So maybe from every participant here, we would like to ask you to open your camera. So we will conduct a photo session for every participant. Bu Layung, can you close the slide? Yeah. Ibu Layung, can you conduct the photo session?
Okay, thank you, Ibu Dr. Dwirini and Ibu Dr. Ama for this opportunity for this session. I would like to ask all participants to activate camera, please. Thank you. There are 4 slides here. Let me start from slide 1 first. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Slide 2. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Slide 3. 3, 2. Okay. It's enough.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ibu Layung. Yes, thank you, Ibu Layung. And now, throughout the session, we have learned about the importance of technology and the importance of HR in event management. And we learned about HR planning, a process for events where you might be able to join in and get hands-on experience in the close future. I hope these will help you grow to be more productive and smart. And we're really looking forward for our students to discuss about further potential collaborations with MARC in the near future. And I would like to thank to each and every one of the participants, our students and the students of UMT, for attending this lecture and for the participation in building a discussion with Dr. Ama. Thank you for Miftah. Thank you for Nilam, Fahmi, and Aiman. It's like looking at our own students because we are serumpun, yeah, Ibu Ama. So if they are not talking in Malaysian dialect, I would probably think that it's Indonesian. It's Pakuan University students. So a special thank you for Dr. Amalina, who has presented a 2.5 hours or maybe 3 hours, probably almost 3 hours lecture, and I hope you're not too thirsty to overcome, because this is a long 2-session lecture about event management, seen from the perspective of technology and human resources, a fruitful topic for our students, and looking forward for future topics in the near future. I shall wrap up this wonderful session with a poem.
Wow.
Pergi berlayar ke Selat Malaka, bawa bekal dari anak istri. Maaf bila ada salah kata. Saya akhiri acara hari ini. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And have a nice day. Stay healthy. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
so
you,
much,
Ibu.
Ama, Ibu Dr. Ama, Ibu Dr.
Thank you,
Wirini,
Miss
Pak
Amalina.
Muslim.
Thank you.
Bapak Muslim, thank you. Nilam, thank you. Miftah,
Thank you, Nila, Miftah,
Fahmi, and Aiman. Thank you very
Fahmi
much.
dan Aiman,
I
dan
hope to
Nila.
see you all, maybe, hopefully offline. I don't know when, but looking forward for a further face-to-face talk with all of you from UMT. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. So
Thank you,
for
everyone.
students at Universitas Pakuan, if you want, you would like to collaborate, you may maybe I could share the email address or the contact details of Marcy to Dr. Yuwali Faradia. And then the students can can probably interact from there. Yeah.
Yes, maybe they can build some a discussion among students.
Yeah. It's not a force, it's not a compulsory, but it's an opportunity.
Yes, it's an opportunity. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all for your time, and you may all leave the Zoom session and have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you all. Thank you.